birds flying high. You know how I feel. Sun in the sky. You know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Bro, it's a squad right here.
I am hot, cool, sexy, amazing. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Come on, I'll tell you. I'm 12 years old. Just can't remember. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to Zachary with Peter and people. Cool.
So ladies and gentlemen, right now we're in the soon-to-be potential studio. This is gonna open so many doors for me. I'm gonna give you a tour. This is the bathroom. This is room 1. This room will be the selfie museum. We'll see what happens. Oh wow. Dang. Wow.
Podcast style.
Yo, wow. I'm getting the studio. I've been like trying to play it cool. It's getting like a little worrying because I don't make crazy amount of money. I wouldn't be in this position or like be doing this if I didn't feel confident in myself. But I know like deep in my heart like it's possible. And I genuinely feel like this is the next step this year is opening that studio. So I'm gonna call Coach Luis and see what advice he can give me.
Hello?
Hi.
He's almost done. I can tell him to call you back.
Okay. I like how his secretary answered with his wife.
Luisislive. How's it going?
I'm thinking about getting like a space. It's my first time.
Scary.
Yeah, it's very scary basically.
So, just be smart. Write your pros and cons down, right? But you know you're gonna lose money, right?
What was that?
You're gonna lose money in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's scary, bro. If you believe you're the best at what you do, then shit. Do it. There's a lot of photographers and people, videographers here in corporate that I know. And to me, you're one of the best ones. But you gotta be different.
So potential studio, honestly around that time and even actually now, it is still in my dreams and goals to have my own video. Have a nice wall, to have my own Talk to a podcast. But last year, I really felt like getting a studio was crucial. I was so close to signing the papers. At the moment, I was just so excited for getting the place and everything's gonna go well, business is gonna go well. And if you're a business owner, I'm sure you've been there before. You come to realize it's not all sunshines and rainbows and you always end up spending way more over than you expected to when it comes to budget. I decided to not go through with it and not get the studio. But I just got here to my first apartment. I'm really excited. I'm nervous a lot, but we have to grow up already. I really haven't told any of my friends. I feel like it would make me sad. Fortunately, it had to be Dallas. It's gonna be good, and I'm excited. I've gotten everything that I've ever wanted and ever needed. Hello? Let's talk about Dallas. Dallas was such a learning lesson for me. I can be pretty impulsive. I'm impulsive in the aspect of when I feel like there's a good opportunity, instead of like a normal human being sitting down and breaking down the logistics of it, immediately I just want to get on it. It seems like what could go wrong? I have full confidence in myself that I can do it, so why wouldn't it work?
One thing I would say about Luis is the willingness to take on something. He'll have something come to mind that he wants to do and he kind of puts it off because things aren't really, the stars aren't aligned, or the reality is it's, you know, the situation is never going to be perfect. So look at the chessboard, see what's, you know, regardless of your situation, the best thing you can do is, okay, what's the best move I can do here? You can't think about a move that you made 5 turns back.
Just finished my last day of work on the beach. Honestly gonna be work. As you saw, my last day on the job, the owner, I told him that I found a better job. They're gonna be paying for my living expenses. They're gonna cover my food. Like, I tell you that and you're like, oh wow, that sounds amazing. That sounds like a great opportunity. But everybody that I ended up telling was like, seems a little too good to be true. I didn't even ask to sign a contract.
When I found out what happened in Dallas, of course, all of us in the friend group were skeptical, we're asking him questions, but he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. It looked like a good opportunity going forward. Obviously, that was short-lived. When I found out like the reality of the situation, it sucked for him, and I felt bad. I had faith in Luis, but I mean, when he made the decision to move back, he was a little different. He was a little changed. It kind of like put him into a reality check, to be a little bit more professional, to take things a little bit more serious.
Bad idea. He wasn't ready. Financially wasn't there yet. I think it in a way broke him. He wasn't the same when he came back from Dallas.
Within a month of me living there officially, I got fired. The first week I was still confident, you know, that adrenaline, no, I can do this. So I went ahead and for the first week I applied to 200 jobs. They never responded. Not a single application out of 200 applications actually went through. And I asked for loans. I pulled out credit cards. I had to ask my parents for money. I was officially $5,000 in debt. It taught me to be smarter. It was a lot of stress, and on top of everything, having a relationship, long distance. It wasn't easy, but we made it work. Things were still fairly new. I didn't really know how deep we get into it, if it even still worked after I left. As time went on, even with long distance, we ended up getting closer than I ever expected. It just wasn't, we didn't build off on a healthy standpoint. We built off during a time where I was going through the most stress. A lot of people, a lot of you can live alone, can live without friends, can live without family. My sister, she's a travel nurse. Her job is to literally travel away from friends, away from family. I personally can't. I feel like I'm a huge family guy. I'm a huge friend guy. Like, I need to have interaction. It just sucked, man. It just sucked. I let myself go. I wasn't eating mom's home cooked meals. No physical activity, no good health, being away from friends and family, having no job, being let go, $5,000 in debt, getting in a car accident, does something to you, It really does. I had to go to the hospital 3 times because I felt like dying. I am no longer in that relationship. And that is actually pretty recent. When it comes to breakups and Luisislive, they don't go well together. I love really hard, and even when I know something was my mistake, I'm the type to regret after and make it so hard for me to move on. I start blaming everything on myself, and I start thinking about how I could have changed everything, how I could have done everything differently, how I could have been a better person, how I could have eaten healthier, been physically active, kept myself busy, gotten a decent, good job, keep myself distracted to have prevented me from lashing out, from me crashing out, from me being poor, from me not being able to do this, or from me having insecurities, from me getting mad about certain things. Every negative thing that I've done in my relationship that caused it to end, there was always a solution. I've taken this month to go 100% in bettering myself, been getting closer with God, surround yourself with good people, be healthy, eat healthy. Heartbreak really hurt, and it hurts to this day. Fighting, it's a battle every day. I'm fighting to not allow my sad thoughts get a hold of my life. You know what I mean? Things are going towards a better path, to being a better human being, being a better version of myself. And being in my last relationships have really taught me how to be patient. That's one thing I lacked in a lot, is patience. I posted some TikToks that were pretty sad. Go through my For You page, and it's like the algorithm just reads your mental, knows exactly what you're going through before you're even going through it, and then it gives you content. My intentions weren't to make anyone sad or feel bad for me, but it was to maybe relate with somebody out there that might be going through the same thing. That honestly, if there was anything that was giving me motivation to keep on moving forward, it was that. It was seeing that I wasn't the only one going through the exact same thing that I'm going through. I'm gonna continue to be that person. I'm gonna continue. I don't ever wanna stope back down to the level that I was before. I only wanna be a really good man for potentially her in the future, or for the wife that God has been preparing for me. I moved back to Corpus, and I haven't posted since, because when I came back, that's when tragedy happened.
I just got into an accident.
Found out about Luis's car accident. My first reaction was like, oh, not another thing, right? Because I do recall that at that time, it was just, it's just one thing after another. Before the accident, he had, you know, like he moved to Dallas, and then that wasn't the best experience, but it was just like, damn, another thing. And so, you know, obviously my first reaction was, you know, are you all right? Are you hurt?
My first initial reaction was, because the way he was delivering it is dramatic, and Luis can be dramatic sometimes. But then when I found out and saw the pictures, like it was really bad. I was worried, but obviously since we were in contact, I knew he was okay, and that's like the first things I asked him.
Well, when I first heard about him getting into an accident, I was worried, but I was concerned.
Let's talk about my accident. So I go to San Antonio, stay the night there. Something told me, dug it out, drive all the way back home at night. I'm getting ready to approach the freeway. I see this truck, see his tires. Like I was just thinking about tires and the manufacturing of tires, and there's no way there's any grip. I'm gonna get really dramatic here, okay? It's not me being dramatic, me dramatizing the story so you feel exactly how I felt in that very moment. Car hydroplaning on the road, going 70 miles an hour, spinning out over 4 to 5 times. Everything was happening so fast paced, but in that very moment, I experienced what could have been one of my final moments. But yet I in the vehicle felt like everything was happening pure, slow motion. 1,000,000 thoughts per second. Felt like I lost the reins of my life. So what did I do? I did what I hope any other person would have done. I yelled, and from the bottom of my heart I said, Lord, if this is it, I love you. Thank you for everything that you've given me. Tell my family and friends I love them. Forgive me of my sins. I believe in you. Believe that you came and died and resurrected. I took my final breath, I closed my eyes, and I braced for impact. Nothing but hearing the sound of my car and my tires screeching. Boom. I hit the wall. Thank you, Jesus, that I'm alive. I call 911. I step out of the vehicle, staring the aftermath. Although it could have been worse, I do believe that God did take care of me. He was protecting me. He saved me from whiplash, from a headache, whatever could have happened. Me going through the railings and falling off of the freeway. Unlike everything else that has ever happened in my life. A week later, adding all the stress that Dallas had built up on me, and then adding all the anxiety from the crash. I woke up one morning and I felt like my heart stopped. I go to the hospital and the doctor says, your blood pressure at 160, 170. You're borderline close to having a heart attack. But another thing that we don't even realize that we should be afraid of is living a normal life in fear, anxiety, stress. No one should ever live their life that way. Thank you guys for listening again. Final goal is to make a movie. For those who are OGs, when you watch the movie, you could say, oh my gosh, I remember that. I remember watching that video. This is genuinely something I'm passionate about, and I don't do it for the fame, and I don't do it for the money. I do it because I enjoy doing it, and I do it because leaving my digital footprint on this earth, so that one day when we're older, we'll be able to watch these videos when we were younger. It's just gonna be a beautiful thing to look back on, you know? Buckle in for the ride, because I'd love to have you here, for sure.
Say he been killing the vibe, gotta be sick of this night. I told my boy go like 10 blunts for me.